Hello YouTube, welcome. This is the second part of my worker empire. In the first part, you watched Velia, it's Valenos, Serendia, and Kamasilia. 4 regions. Now we will check the remaining part of the world. If we will get more places, more region with a better node management, I will update and as a part 3, okay? This is the last part for right now. But in future, maybe the part 3 will be there. Okay, in the first video, I just did this reminder. Please, if you have no idea about worker, how to hire, how to build, how to level up, how to promote, how to feed them, I have a guide about it. In top right now you can see the link. Go there and click that, then come back, watch part 1, then come back here again, watch part 2, because part 1 is better, and then come in this one. It's better because these places, Valenos, Serendia, Calpheon, Kamasilia, they are good places for early game stage to build your empire. Then these places are a little bit, it's a little bit, expert parts. All right, let's start from Odelita. In Odelita, there are many nodes, some of them expensive, some of them acceptable, but overall, in Odelita, we generally prefer to go for excavation nodes. Mess of pure magics. What I suggest you to send worker from the old wisdom tree directly to here. I'm using in the node part in here, trace of nature and mess of pure magic. Send worker directly to here. And also send worker to here, mess of pure magic. And also Tonewood Forests is for Tonewood sap and Tonewood timber for processing and crafting. And Tonewood sap for Helix elixir in, is it Helix? No, it's not Helix, sorry. It's for armor elixir if I'm not wrong, and some other alchemy processing materials. And overall, let me check the other nodes. Like in here, there are some dry fish nodes. I'm sorry, I think I need to talk about Port Epheria in here because I didn't add the Port Epheria in the Calpheon. I totally forget about it. Now I remember. There's some dry fish nodes in Calpheon. I'm sorry for that. Now I talk about Port Epheria in Calpheon. You can send your workers for dried fish. Dried fish is some key materials for cooking. You can stack them and you can use them whenever you want. All the islands, all of them, they cost 1 contribution point to invest and 1 contribution point to this one. So all the islands, as you can see, there's so many dried fish nodes. You can send your workers in there. Let me show them. Here, for example, 2 nodes, 1 node, so workers from Port Epheria. Same in here, but I do not suggest you to send dried for worker to in this place. They're kind of useless because, they consume so much contribution point. In Odraxia, there's some kind of chicken meat and egg. You can just send worker to this node if you mainly focus on cooking. I do not focus on cooking, so I ignore this one. Sorry. For Delmira plantation, there's grape and potato. Potato is the same like in Velia. Grape is fruits. It's same like strawberry. And also, is there any other? There's no other fruits, I think. Yeah, it's fruits. In here, Tonewood sap and Tonewood timber. Same for alchemy and processing. There is nothing. In Olan's Valley, there's nickel ore and mithril. I sent this for mithril. Mithril is extremely rare item and it's very hard to get it. How much mithril do I have right now in here? I want to check it. 219. I think every week I get 5 or 7. It's 1 maybe daily. I don't know when I just invest this node. It's so rare. Whenever I need mithril, finding mithril is hard. You have to just go and gather in the wild nature. That's why I send worker in there. Overall for Oxia, that's all. Like in here, there's some mushroom, as you can see. We generally ignore them. Let's talk about Drieghan. In Drieghan, it's some kind of dry place about node managing. Like in here, you have some barley, corn, and some other things, but there is no need to just invest some money or time on this one to worker empire to put workers on this one. I generally do not prefer. In here, I just send it for corn because I had some worker and I wanted to level up them. As you can see, it's level 40 right now. I had just only 1 worker. If I need to just get upgrade Margarmoth, because in here there's a javeliner. It's not weapon workshop. Yes, in this weapon workshop, you will just use them for his Hesed crystal and that crystal for Garmoth upgrade. That's all. In this place, I will just give an advice to you. There is a Shuriken grave for trace of nature and mithril, and there is a fountain of origin, trace of nature and mithril. Send workers from old wisdom tree and invest these nodes directly like this. Or you can send it here too, but no, don't do that, sorry. I'm sorry. You can invest directly in this way. They are extremely valuable nodes. There's some hidden treasures. The ratio that you gain trace of nature from there, amazing, juicy. Look at the mithril that I got. 12,000 mithril. Can you believe that? These nodes, they're treasure. Do whatever you want, but send workers on them. On the other hand, there are some other nodes in this place, in Drieghan, but they're not that much efficient. In Drieghan, I think I'm only using these two nodes for pine sap and pine timber and the beech sap and the beech timber, and that's all. Yeah, like there's some bracken nodes and the dry main grass. The bracken nodes, don't send worker in this one. It's because in the land of the Morninglight, if you really think that you need bracken for Drieghan meal, you will have it on land of the Morninglight. So don't worry about them. Okay, so let's talk about Winterland region. This place is average. I can say it's average. Let's start from here. Snowfield cedar sap and snowfield cedar timber, alchemy, and also for processing. This cedar sap is important for destruction elixir, which is one of the key damage elixirs in the alchemy. In here, there's a citron. I think this is vegetable or maybe fruit. I don't know what we're using this for. I never just send a worker for this one. Just ignore that. In here, there's excavation node for trace of nature for alchemy. On the other hand, for monk's branch, I send it here. Snowfield cedar sap, same. It's for alchemy. This is for rough jade. No need to go for it. Sorry. Again, a bracken node, useless. Don't send worker. Rough obsidian ore and trace of nature. I think probably I don't have contribution point to manage in here. That's why I didn't send worker in there. If you have extra contribution point, and if you think that you need like trace of nature, you can send worker in here. That's all. Like, I don't know why, but the new regions, they generally do not have that much, like, you know, perfect nodes to send worker. Like in Utah region, right now, we do not have any nodes to use to send worker. There is no worker management system in this place, and I don't think we will have it in future. For Mediah, what I can say to you, and from north part, we have all tree bark and white cedar sap. They're valuable resources, and also all tree bark and maple sap for alchemy. Same in here, blood tree nut and acacia sap. Acacia sap is not for alchemy. Maybe in future we may need it, but the blood tree nut is very nice material for alchemy. Blood tree nut, white cedar sap, again, not for alchemy, but I think we use acacia, white cedar, and these kind of things for, and also old trees, all oldman tree sap. What was the name? Elder tree sap. We are using them for ship material, shipbuilding material, ship construction material. And here, Raphopol, trace of nature for alchemy. Definitely send worker in there. For Camasylvia, again, you have flax. We talked about in the first video, it was on a Hadel. If you really think that you need an AFK processing, send worker on this one for flax. Alto Farm, cotton wool. Cotton is the same like flax, same way. Low weight, good processing experience. Aloe yogurt in game. It's almost useless right now. Like Casula, cotton wool, and cinnamon, they're same. Like we talked about them. If you really need, you can send worker on them. Like in this place, abandoned iron mine, you can send worker on both of them because this has platinum ore and powder of time. They're valuable resources. And this has powder of darkness, rough black crystal, and iron ore. They're overall valuable resources. In Omar Lava Cave, zinc ore, powder of time, and platinum ore, they're valuable. Powder of rifts and rough ruby, they are valuable overall. So for Mediah, seems like we're done. Let's talk about Valencia. Before we start Valencia, I have to say, like, this place is overall like contribution point, like overall what is contribution point wasteland. The nodes and everything so expensive in here. If you're a newbie, if you have a contribution point problem, just do not spread in this region. Take your time, then maybe future. Okay, first things first, if you're a newbie, I suggest you to go to get yourself a worker in this place, at least 3 or maybe 4. Send your 4 workers would be pretty good for Shakatu. Staranis, Fig, and Fig. They will be worth for, you know, level up your cooking. Valencia meal, the key material for the Valencia meal. Valencia mostly designed for Valencia meal, and also you will need nutmeg. Okay, there is a nutmeg node for future for Valencia meal. You may need it. If you think that you're gonna cook, you will be a cook. Send worker on this one. Yes, this will be on YouTube. Yeah, welcome guys, welcome. This part will be on YouTube, by the way. If you guys want, you can say hi YouTube, hi mom. This is the second part of my worker empire. Okay, for Shakatu we done. Overall in here, this is, as I said, Valencia region is full of contribution point wasteland. You don't need to do that, but these places has a bag of muddy water and purified water for alchemy. And in here too, not this one. Where is it? Sorry. It's the same bag of muddy water and purified water. When you process the bag of muddy water, it gives you purified water, one of the key material for alchemy. Overall, again, you may encounter with some nodes in this place, but I said it's waste of contribution points. Just don't send worker in there. Same copper ore, powder of flame, it's too expensive. Same iron ore, powder of darkness, too expensive. Just ignore them. Like Kapotia, you can send workers in this sand grain bazaar. You can set yourself a good workers in here. Copper ore, flame of powder, and rough opal. It's pretty good node. In here, nutmeg. Nutmeg is the key, okay? And teff, if you think that you need teff is the one of the main materials for Valencia meal. You can send it, and nutmeg for another Valencia meal. I send workers on here for titanium ore and powder of flame. I have no contribution problem. And here also I send for excavation, okay? There's a fig node, but I do not recommend to send it only for this node because having fig at Shakato is even cheaper. There are some other nodes that you can send workers if you have no problem about contribution point, but I do not recommend to send them so much contribution points you're gonna lose for them. For Valencia, I have hundred thousands of fig, like coconuts and like date palm and some other things. That's why I stopped to send workers in there. But if you're newbie or if you're like returnee, send workers on them. Pistachio, you don't need that, but date palm, just send worker on this one. Here, date palm, send worker. Ereke, send worker. Teff, send worker. Teff, send worker. Here, definitely never break this node. Coconut and palm timber nodes, definitely send worker. You're gonna need them in future, I believe. They will buff all cooking and you will need all the coconuts. On the other hand, northern part of the Valencia, the entire road sulfur mine has insane nodes, titanium, vanadium. If you have extra contribution point and if you think that you need them, you can send workers in there for extra, titanium and for vanadium ore. Overall, you have a Titium Valley in here for pistachio, teff, and palm timber, but I do not recommend to send worker in this here. Yeah, for Valencia, I think that's all. If I missed something, if I forgot to mention something, please let me know in the comment section. Sorry, iron ore, powder of darkness, and cactus sap, and only this one, Pilgrim's Heaven. If you think that you need, you can send worker from Sand Grain Bazaar to this node. Overall, I think we finished the mainland. Now we're going to the land of the Morninglight, one of my best and most efficient places. Right now, this place is a little bit different than the other ones. You have different worker types. They are generally same, like giants, human, papu type of, but their appearance different. Let's start from the north part. Before we start, why I like this place, it's because every node and every subnode in this place, they all want contribution point. And hiring worker in this place, it's so cheap. It's so easy. Like leveling up them. It's overall, this place is like amazing. We will get Land of the Morninglight Part 2, but I don't know when we will get it. When we get Land of the Morninglight Part 2, we will have different type of life skills that node managing, about palace management. I will definitely create guide about it. I wonder how they will do that, and I wonder what the place is just gonna offer us. Never mind. Let's start from here. In this island, you have excavation and mysterious powder. This mysterious powders is a craft material for sniper matchlock and also trace of nature. It's for alchemy. In this place, you have so many useless materials. They generally like persimmon, wildberry. You can maybe make them like, trash crates, but I do not recommend, okay? In this place, like in here, bracken, like I said in the Drieghan example, bracken. There are so many bracken nodes and they are cheap and they are valuable. They are efficient nodes. Here, Dokebi Forest, do not forget, you can only send Dokebi workers into Dokebi Forest, okay? Let me show it. These are Dokebi workers. I already explained how you can have them. I explained the situation in my worker video. Do not forget to watch it. What is the special thing in this place? You can have Embers of Hongik. You can have Mysterious Powder. You can have Forest Crystal. These are the Life Skills Crystals. They are valuable crystals. You're crafting your own crystals. You can have Trace of Nature. Same. Crystal of Harmony. You can do your upgraded Hum, upgraded Makalot, and they're valuable crystals. Yes, they're rare, not gonna lie. Maybe every month I get 1 or 2 harmony, like 1 or 2 forest crystals. They are slow nodes compared to other ones. It takes like maybe 4 or 5 hours at least minimum to finish them. Do not forget, only Dokebi workers in here, okay? Here, same, another valuable node. Crystal of Darkness, Crystal of Bitterness, Trace of Nature, Mysterious Powder. They all valuable resources. We craft crystals for first 2 of them, Trace of Nature for alchemy. In here, Govan Plateau, normally I do not want to recommend to send a worker in here for normal purpose, but leveling your workers at this place, it's so nice. It's some kind of weed nodes, like a potato nodes in the valley. You can send your low level workers in this Govan Plateau to level up your workers in fast way. They're valuable, not gonna lie. Here again, Pine Sap, Pine Timber, Juicy Alchemy Node, Bracken. I'm just using this for maybe in future I can craft some, Drieghan meal. Again, Bracken, because they're cheap. I have so many high-level workers. Pine Sap, Pine Timber, you can send. This might be the only example in this game. In Maine, this place is like Napses Bayot country. Sorry. In this node, you can have radish, Napa cabbage, rice, and also scalloped rosebay. This is trash. These are for guppap meals. It's coming from Korean. It might sound a little bit weird. We're using them for guppap meals. What are the guppap meals? Guppap meals, I have a guide about it on my channel. You can check them. Guppap meals allow you to level up your health, breathe, and strength up to level 40. They have high experience than the cron meals and some all other things. So they're valuable. In here, you have, this is Buyuk. This is a special ship for this land, for Land of the Morninglight. These are the materials for their items. If you have interests, you can check in YouTube. Not my YouTube, you can check in other guides. Here in this forest, Spritz Leaf and the Cedar Sap for alchemy. In here, another special excavation node, Crystal of Decimation, Trace of Nature. Crystal of Decimation is very valuable, high value crystal. And Maple Timber and Maple Sap for alchemy, and also Tree Bark for alchemy. I don't know if I forget any of the nodes. In here again, Wildberry, Viola, they all are useless. All already useless. Okay, I think we have few nodes around this Ilia Island. Now I remember them. Like in here, some dried fish nodes. And here, where is it? I can't remember. We might have some nodes that's in here. Blueprint, Krios, Black Plating. In here, if I'm not wrong. No. Here again, Blueprint, Krios, Cannon. These are for ship material nodes. Whenever you need them, definitely a guide will lead you to send a worker in there. But overall, those are my worker empires. Like, I'm not a high level of life skiller. I know how to do life skill, but I didn't do life skill for last 3 years. I do only alchemy for my own elixirs, and sometimes I do profit from them. But that's all. Hopefully this video series will help you. Do not forget to watch first video. Do not forget to watch how to build your own worker empire, worker guide, and the other video. Alright, that's all. Do not forget to come and say hi on Twitch stream, because we are there almost every day for you. I hope you guys like my content. Do not forget. Video is just a game. Have a nice game.